Yeah, so I have been looking a bit on my workflow, and sometimes I always aim to be more efficient, more faster, more yeah, more easy on the workload. I have been testing some stuff out, and I thought I was just going to edit some photos and try some new actions out. A bit new workflow, but yeah, so I thought I would record it as well. Maybe chat with you guys a little bit along the way, and we can, for starters, just talk about the choices in decorations in some cases. Isn't this the upside to real estate photography, to get into to homes you never would do otherwise? I like to meet the people. I like to get to places where I've never been, and yeah, it's cool. I don't think I would choose this one in my hallway, but this family did, and maybe it's to scare off intruders. I don't know. So, well, um, before I used to create a HDR blend from my ambient files, but I have been having some troubles to get them to work properly from the get-go. So I've been trying to maybe use less of the files instead, more like the base with a little bit of light painted to into that. And this is the way these sections are set up. So I have an action here that's called file setup. If I press that, it will align the images with the LUMENZIA pre-blend, just to align them. It will, yeah, you can see it like this. You can have, we have the ambient files here. You have the base. The dark is on the bottom because I'm not going to use that. I have the base, and then I have the lighter one with a 50% gray mask. And it looks like this. I think that's a pretty good starting point. I do have um, uh, a mask that creates it selects the highlights and protects the highlights from this layer. So if I press that, you will see it removes the most highlights. Later on in the action, it will actually turn this one to like 50% of the density to get me more leeway up and down. Um, yeah, but in this case, the it's unselected. It's hidden, the ambient file. I'll just work on the flash files. I haven't edited this before in this way, so bear with me if it's getting rough or I have to try some things out. But so the way it does, I have the base layer, the flash layer, this one, and I have the other flash pops on top, which is usually two side pops, one right, one left. And in this case, I have the adjoining room in here where it's on top. Looks like this. Kind of bad, actually. I think I needed two, but yeah. So I will start by just painting in some of that with a kind of low flow, like 10%. And I will also, when I'm done, I have an action for sending this layer to screen and then go down to the next. And that's, in my case, is Command F3. So it puts that one into screen, nothing more, nothing less. I can play with the opacity if I want to. I can try the lighten mode. Usually I think the lighten mode creates more problems than than good. So the screen is my choice most of the time. I can lower the opacity. I can create a, um, a curves layer, clip it, maybe drag that down a bit, up if I want to. Yeah, in this case, I'm gonna leave it for now and then go back to this one. And this is the, yeah, from the left Well, it's kind of bad actually. See if we can use something. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, it's more like window coming from the light coming from the windows and the doors and the little window over here. So maybe we still just start with that and just paint in a bit to remove some shadows and lighten the image a bit. Sure not to paint myself in. I don't want to. It has happened before. When you look at the listing services and you can see your transparent face in a mirror or something. I have seen that. So, well, let's see. Is there, yeah, I like the texture I get from this one here. Maybe some. There you go. Not that much. Not that fancy. Oftentimes you kind of get away with just the flash that is shot from behind the camera. And it's nice to remove some shadows to skip the discoloration you get when using the ambient files as well. So yeah, well, I'm pretty pleased with that for now. Yeah, I don't like that hotspot, but whatever. And then I have a continuation on the another action, which is the next step in this. So what that does, it's just creates puts this one in a group for, yeah, looks good. It creates the puts the other files, other flash pops in a separate group, because if I made a mistake or something, I can just it has a white mask, so I can just paint black if I need to remove something. Or as you can see there, I'm not going to do that now. So, and what it does then, you saw that before. I have the layer, the mask to protect the highlights. And this one, I have the density now to 51%. So if I put that up, it will uh, protect the highlights even more. And if I remove it, it's not protecting any highlights at all. So all the ambient comes through there. I like the combination of this one, and I can also just, if I need more less ambient, I can just paint black on the ambient layer. If I want to see more of the windows or vice versa. I like what this ambient does. The lightens up the back of, back of the eagle here. I do like. There you go. I don't really care too much about the view on this one, but maybe we just for fuck's sake. No, we don't have any view over there, so doesn't matter. I do have a curves layer that affects the ambient as well, the total ambient. And if I open this group, you have the ambient files. And as you can see, this is the base, the mid exposure where I took my base image in the camera, and then I have I think it's in this case like 1.3 over and under, and this one is the under. Yeah, and, I don't use that. Maybe for window pulls or in some rare cases if I missed. And then I have the lighter one with a 50% gray layer mask, which, yeah, and this is if I use only that, like maybe I just will remove a little bit to get a little more darkness. Yes. So there you go. What I do next is I do a color range to fix some color mismatch, or you can, as you can see in the ceiling, it's kind of orangey. That is a common thing, I think. Not only that it's color that is bouncing all over, but people do actually have some. They don't paint the the ceilings that often, so they are miscolored many times. But yeah, I have an action. I have a shortcut. It's F5 that creates a hue saturation layer. and selects the color range picker, and I will just pick where I see fit. We'll do the ceiling in this case. And the good thing about this is that actually often of the time, not this time, it usually selects a bit more down the walls as well, and actually often it's discoloration in that area as well. So works pretty good. Should we take the door as well? Yeah, why not? Just for the sake of it. I'm using localized color cluster. Shout out to Lucas, who taught me this. It's a nice, easy, fast way to get a good selection. And if you hold Shift, you can just add stuff, and if you hold Option, you can remove stuff. And you can play with the range and the fuzziness and so on. And then I press OK, and at default, this is set to the master at -45. Oh, it looks kind of crappy right now because it's inside the group of the ambient layer, but I will do it like this and it will be on top. So if I select that again, I have the master. Now it's -47 on the master, and I also use the isolated yellow ones and yeah, lower that a bit as well. So this is at 100%, looks kind of crappy. And you can reduce it all the way to 100 if you want to. It looks kind of good actually. The good thing is that it's only selecting the, yeah, these are the colors that I selected. When I put this at 100%, these are the colors that I selected. So we can afford to lose that, but I'm not going to go all the way just for, yeah, for the fuck of it. Sorry about my bad language. Uh, yeah, there you go. I rarely save my files with layers. It's all not for real estate. I uh, always flatten. It's so easy to do, so I always flatten them. I maybe give them a little bit of Nick color effects. I have a shortcut as well, which is F9, and puts a preset on, which softens the image a bit and just gives it a little more punch. I will reduce the opacity a bit, and then I will flatten it again. This is just the way I do it. I don't know why. So I have tried to do like this. If you press Command Option Shift L, you get the auto contrast. I like what that gives me sometimes. And if it gets too much, I can always press Command Shift F to fade it, and I will assign another amount like 50%. Looks good, I think. Just press Enter. And yeah, why not just do like a camera raw with an auto. Command U. All almost always, I think the colors get a little too much. I usually reset them. I will do like straightening the image. I always try the auto, the vertical, and the horizontal. And if it gets it done, yeah, that's good. And if it doesn't, I will use the guided. I'm not gonna do that now. There you go. So that's about it. I think this is a little bit too yellow. It distracts sorry, it distracts my eyes. So maybe we'll just do it again, like the F5 with the color range. I will select this. There you go. And now I can, if I reset this, I can use this little fella, the hand, and pick that one, and it picks the yellow, of course. And I can just reduce that one. I can maybe darken it or brighten it, depending on what I aim for. And I think that if that looks good, it looks better, I think. Yeah, so that's the first one. When I have a little plugin that is, I don't know if you guys using Lumencia, but Greg Benz, who created that, also created a Web Sharp Pro, which cool little plugin that just sharpens your images and saves them for different kinds. Like you have pre pre ratios for different purposes, like Instagram or Facebook or so. I usually do for this. I have it set to 1920 by 1280, just for my own sake. If there is a image I like, I just press sharpen. It does a little bit of sharpening and puts them in a folder, and that folder I have Lightroom to auto import, and then it creates the collection and syncs them to my cloud. So I always have a nice selection of photos that I like in my Lightroom, which I have in my mobile or in my phone or in my tablet, or yeah, which I can get to whenever I want if I feel like posting on Instagram or such. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool tricks that you can do. Yeah, let's go to the next one. I will not save this one. Uh, so I will close it. This is the same house, I think. Yeah, I will see what we can do now. I will try maybe move a little bit faster. I do the actions again. The file setup aligns. Uh, puts the ambient in a group with a highlight protection. It reverse the order of the flash file, so I have my flash, my base flash on the bottom. I usually work from the top down. So this is what is this? Oh, it's yeah, it's for the adjoining room over there. Yeah. So I'll just paint some of that, and then I will press Command F3 to put that in lighten mode. Yeah, creates a little bit more punch. And this one from the left, from the right. This, I think, is just another base. I will remove that. I'm sorry. There you go. So this one is shot from the left to the right. So I look over here if there's something I want. But in this case, the windows are here and the door and the windows. So the most of the lights comes from that. I don't think I. Oh yeah, I stood a little too much to the right, I think. But maybe we can get some good stuff that from this file as well. So we'll create some shadows where the shadows should be. If the lights is coming from right, as you can see on this, you get. Of course, you should have a like a shadow here. If the lights come there, you have like to have a shadow here instead of this, which is the light that's coming from the flash that is shot behind the camera. So small details. I don't care. I don't care. I don't. I don't think that people care when they're looking at the listings. But yeah, you have to feel good with yourself when you turn your images to your clients, I think. See if we want anything from this one. Yeah, same thing here. I like to get a little more structure and texture on some stuff, some areas. These shouldn't be all white because the light is coming from the other direction. So do we have an image for? I don't think so. Yes, as you can see, you can get some cool window view. I don't think I have. No. Yeah. So there you go. Next step. The ambient. Let's see what this looks like. We just, this is brighter. Do we want it brighter? I don't think so. Darker? Yes, maybe darker. So I will remove the light. Uh, let's see about this one. I'm using a Wacom tablet, and it's sometimes when the area is so small, it's kind of hard to get it right. So here you can see this is with the highlights all protected, and this is without it. So I will just leave it in the middle, and I like the natural feeling from that light on that wall. Maybe some more on the floor. Small changes. And then I will press X to toggle to my black and just remove the ambient from the windows. Let's see what we have here. If I paint, yeah, maybe just darken that a bit as well. Well, if you think this gets too messy, there's a way to collapse all groups. I have a shortcut which I assign Command, Option, Shift, and D. No, sorry, I was kidding. Command, Option, Shift, and X, and it cleans up the look a bit. And then I usually, like I said before, I will use a hue saturation layer with a color range picker. In this case, I will just look at the ceiling, and the default values that I have set is like that. And if I toggle that on and off, you can see it, yeah, removes some disturbing colors. Sometimes you just want some colors because it's natural to have colors, but you can always play with the opacity if you want to, like 80%. You get some of that color. I will have it at 100 at this time. Again, the Nick color effects, F9. See what that gives us. Yeah, it looks kind of good actually. 80% maybe. I will flatten that. I will press Command Shift Option and L to get an auto contrast. And then I will go into Camera Raw. Command U for auto. Remove the color. And maybe do it like this. There's neatly the way I showed you before. If you use the color grading, you can use the slider instead of just putting some colors in the shadow, midtones or highlights. You can just use these sliders, and as you can see, it ups the midtones, downs the midtones. Oh, I like that. That looks good. Same with the shadows. I will leave that, and the highlights you can get some more punch, or you can get a more softer feel. Yeah. There you go. So that's about it for that one. I will sharpen that, put that in that folder which Lightroom auto imports from, and then put it in my Lightroom sync catalog. We'll save that, and now we go even faster, I think. We'll try it. Let's try it. A file setup. And the aligning is that takes the most of the time in this action. Otherwise, it's quite fast. But you don't want to. You don't want to. Oh, let's go. I will remove that. Oh, no. What's up? Oh. Let's do it like. What have I been doing? Did I do something dumb? No. All right. Let's do it like this. I will put that in lighten mode. And then I will paint, because these two are, you can do this in one or two ways. As I said, it's learning by doing. I actually would like to, I don't know what, oh, there you go. I'll do it like this. I will delete those layer masks. And these two I will combine because this one is shot. I have a little more light from the left than this one. Uh, but when I think of it, it looks kind of bad. Oh, maybe I'll try it. So I will put that in lighten mode. I will reduce the opacity quite a bit. I will assign a black mask, and I will paint in some of that light over there. Yeah, yeah, looks good. And then I will do like this. I will put those two in a group, and I will, what will I do? I will have a black mask, I think. Just paint some of that in. Most of it in, actually. There you go. A little bit of hot spot in the ceiling. That's bothering me, but let's see what we can do. Sometimes the ambient is our savior. Sometimes it's our worst enemy. uh, yeah, let's do it like this. And I will put this group in lighten mode. As you can see, when you paint outside here, you get the darker pixels from that layer. But if you put that in lighten mode, it just that's the lighter the screen mode. I'm sorry, the lighter pixel through. So I would think we're good there. So next step, flash done. It's we're going to the ambient. It's quite a bright image, I think. Let's see if we can just there you go. There, remove that one. Yes, I think maybe we can put the darker one on top and put that layer mask on that instead. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe we can just up the midtones a bit on that file. Let's see what this highlight protector. This is with 100%. This is with nothing. As you can see, the ambient file is a bit darker in the joining room. I will do it like this anyway. And if I paint with black, I will paint on with white in the ceiling. Gets it the softer ceiling, removes that hot spot, and I will press X to get the black. Just try to eyeball it to where I want it. And yeah, oh, I should have removed this one. Yeah, maybe we should reduce some colors. I will do it like this, as I said before, and I will, yeah, I will do the doorpost as well. Is that the word? Doorpost? I don't know. Let's see what that gives us. Yeah, why not? We get Nick color fix. Way too much. 30%. Good. Flatten. Auto contrast. Fades that. Maybe it's around 60%. I will use the camera roll. Auto. Too dark. Too much color. Straighten it. Let's see if we can do some cool stuff with this. Yeah, you just up the midtones a bit. You don't want it too punchy. Looks bad. I do like my punch. Yeah, maybe I took a little too much of the yellow from the blue in the top, but yeah, looks kind of good actually. So there you go. I will sharpen this as well, just for the for the hell of it, for the fun of it. And yeah, that's about it. Those three files. I would like to yeah, if you have any suggestions or tips and tricks, or I always aim to get faster, better, or yeah, get the workload on the on the level that where you don't have to work like from 8 in the morning to to midnight. I have seen those days, but yeah, this has been fun. Thank you so much.